Good evening and welcome back to the Shadow Realm. I am your host Ghostly and we are back again with Death is Sunhaired. So I've started the route off because we had a couple things that we didn't get to do in the graveyard, and there was also the moment in the bed when they're reading together that we've not yet explored, so I figured we'll quickly do those, and then if there's time, hopefully we'll get to see maybe what happens if you play a different gender. So blah 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 blah. This is all the plague stuff. So we're mostly disagreeing with him. Yes, because the building's filled with pests. Go to sleep. So he's just sat next to us. Gonna be blunt. Because again, we're going to do everything the same, but we didn't ask him about his illness previously, so I want to ask that, and then we'll be a bit nice, so that way we can get the picking up route. Because if you turn him down when you get picked up, I wonder what's happened. Anyway, let's go for a walk. Blah blah blah. Question him because we're trying to be against him for this. Not at all perfect timing for an outing. He's got his illness, everything says he's a vampire, but we don't realise. Okay, so this is the moment. Humorless joke of him saying he's got a grave. Okay. Forgive me for asking this kind of question, but you mentioned going out into the sunlight earlier. Does that mean your illness is recent? There is nothing to forgive, dear Calamity. I understand that, to you, I must seem a very strange man indeed. I was a hearty boy who grew up into a healthy man. Or you think highly of yourself, don't you, Vasily? It was only well into my adulthood that my symptoms began to emerge. I mean, you're not that much older than us, like, physically looking. So, like, when did they appear? Like, what? Well into your adulthood, so 20s? My illness does not spread in the way most others do, so you needn't worry about becoming a creature of the night, too. Creature of the night! Look, see, all the signs say he's a vampire, and we're just an idiot for not putting two and two together. I just need a sip of water, hang on. You're free to go out into the sunlight whenever you like, now that you're strong enough to walk. If you do, please tell me what the sights are like when you get back. It's been so long since I've seen the grounds by anything other than candles and the moon. When you get back, he expects you not to run away, said it as if it's the most obvious thing in the world. You think he might be right. Is there anywhere close by we can sit down? My legs are feeling a bit wobbly. The words scarcely leave your lips before one of your knees give way. With a sharp inhale, you balance yourself with Elizavetta's tombstone. Do you need me to carry you? No. I just need to rest my feet for a moment, and then we can walk back to the castle together. Hopefully your emphasis on the word we acts as enough of a hint. Yes, of course. I know one of the old benches is around here somewhere. Okay, so we've been to the bench before. I don't know if this is going to be the same, we'll see. Vasily guides you to a secluded part of the grounds, wiping off of a bench that is otherwise still in good enough condition to be usable. He gently sits you down on one side, then takes his place beside you. He is just close enough to be overly familiar, yet not enough for you to tell him to move away. We can stay here for as long as you need to. Well, as long as the sun is out, I suppose. But we still have some time yet. There's no need to rush. You're being honest about your legs. You never had much physical endurance to begin with, and laying in bed for so long had weakened you even further. It is now the deepest, darkest part of night, long after sunset and long before sunrise. You would normally be asleep, but spending days resting in the home of a nocturnal man has changed you, at least for now. It makes you uneasy, you want to go back to your old routine. Something about this place, about Vasily, is wrong. You don't want to return to the village empty-handed, but his usefulness towards solving the plague has yet to be determined. But this is something too big to make a decision on right now. You need to think on it even more, and to do that you'll need to return to the castle. Okay, so this is all the same. So we'll just get through the night. We didn't dream. Okay, so we should be able to do... let's call out to him. Blah, 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 blah. Let's get to reading the book and invite him to read it with us. Come on. Because we agreed with him in the book. I wonder what happens if we disagree. Blah, 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 blah. We used to read to the kids. Offer to read together. You're familiar with it. It is my book, after all. It must be good if it still intrigues you after having already read it. Would you like to read with me? Calamity, I'm going to take you by the shoulders here. I'm going to say this now. You can reread books and still be enamored with it. Like, I have some books that I have reread to pieces because I love them. So, if you're just a one and done person, that's fine. But no, don't diss my man. I will take Vasily's side here. You know, books are meant to be reread. A contented smile spreads across Vasily's face. I thought you'd never ask. Together, Vasily, you embark on treacherous heroine story. Our leading... I'm actually speaking here. Our leading lady is frightfully cunning. She's as compelling as she is respectable. Disagree, because we agreed last time. Compelling? You hardly find yourself relating to the murderess. The intrigue lies in watching how far she'd stain her soul black with selfish desire. She's, interesting. That's for sure. She's lonely, Calamity. Can't you see? Everything she does is to fill that emptiness in her soul. Truly a romantic tale. You'd scarcely call murder and conspiracy romantic, but nobility would be ones to find such things idealized. Though Vasily knows this tale already, perhaps the details he's privy to would influence your opinion. Even though Vasily sits so close beside you, you can't feel any heat emanating from him. Rather, he seems otherworldly, both in beauty and in colouring. His skin is almost alabaster, reminiscent of the bloodless bodies of the plague victims. If you're making that comparison, it's time to leave the place. If you're going, oh, it's weird, he's not got any heat, and he reminds me of plague victim corpses. You know what? I'll keep having him sit next to me. A symptom of his illness, perhaps? He tilts his head and his long russet locks dramatically curtain his face. It struck you that you had never seen him in daylight. What would he look like under the sun? You could only imagine. His hair would surely dazzle like a gentle sunrise, while his face might finally look fair and radiant rather than unnaturally beautiful. It is your line. Oh, look! His eyes went from the book to us. There's quite a small little detail that I just love. He turns, giving you a soft, slightly amused smile. Embarrassment floods through you. You've been caught staring at him. Oh, yes. Before you can find where you left off fast enough, Vasily sighs with satisfaction. I've missed such domesticity. I can say this word, it's just doing it in his voice, I'm just struggling. This intimacy. I would love to be closer to you, to spend more days in this manner. He says so unabashedly. Why could I say that? Fine, but being domestic, that struggles. Anyway, most would stutter through a confession like that to a stranger, but not Vasily. Though your time together has been scant, he treats you with fervent affection. Whether that makes him brazen or courageous, you've yet to decide. Regardless, you've never experienced positive attention like this before. Once in the thick of the plot, acting out the book with Vasily becomes so entertaining that you lose track of time. Slowly your strength starts fading as your sickness catches up with you again. Vasily takes over your lines and you gradually fall asleep to the sound of his soothing voice. Okay, so we fall asleep. Let me just take another sip. Okay, dreamless sleep, so this is going to be the same. So Vasily's not here, so this looks like the same as last time. Oh, hello wifey. Blah blah blah. It's her, the woman in your dreams. Okay, so I pointed this out last time. I think it's just a case that, you know, certain branches reconnect. So even though we've not been dreaming of her, this connects to the instances where we would be dreaming of her. Same headdress, same clothing. She looks remarkably like you. She must be the wife. Okay, time to leave. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Run, 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 run. Keep going. Oh dear, he's here to stop us. Now, where are you scurrying around to, dear? I just got lost. You got very lost. Why, you ended up circling the whole building twice. Yes, I was just, trying to find a snack. Were you? Yet you didn't talk to any of our servants who would have helped you out gladly. As he talks, Vasily walks with even, angry steps. He crowds you against a wall. There is a door nearby, the very one you came through to get here, but it is now closed and you suspect locked as well. Why? It almost seems to me as if you intend to leave. No, I wasn't, I promise. You don't need to lie to me, Calamity. I've been alive far too long for simple tricks like that to work. I had thought you were finally willing to make nice, Liza, but it seems that I misjudged our guest here. I'm not Liza! Yes, and that is exactly the problem. But no matter. Okay, looks to be the same as last time, so he's gonna kill us. Boop-a-doop, boop-a-doop-a-doo. Okay, so we're gonna go back and we're gonna be nice to him to try and see if we can turn down the piggyback and just see what that line is. I don't think it's gonna be much different, but I am a completionist in this sake. I want to see all the roots with the words. Okay, so I had in preparation made a load here for carrying. Thank him. It is much appreciated. So this should be the same. We're just going to be nice. Prevents you from going outside. If we talk, we anger him, so we're just going to be silent here and see if we get the pickup option. Say nothing. Blah, 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 blah. He is alone. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, apparently. Right, okay, so it looks like it's very much, we have to be completely nice the whole time, so I guess we'll try it on a different person. I need to get to a little loady thing so I can go back to, come on, give me a load somewhere. Come on. Call out. Come on, give me a load. Sorry, we're just going to keep skipping through because I need either a load thing to get back to the main menu, or I'm just going to have to keep playing until we get a death. I really thought we only had to be a little bit nice, but it seems we have to be nice from the get-go. So let's just do that so we can get killed a bit quicker. Blah, blah, blah. Turns us down. Same woman from the dreams. So okay, there we go. We're about to die. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, Vasily, we were evil. Why don't you kill us? Thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to play this, but we're going to do a different gender now. I think we'll save being female until the end. So let's see what happens if we play as male. Okay. Give me the mouse. Okay, start. So we just need to start this until we get to agenda. Play as male. You were an unusually sickly boy. The village was surprised that you even made it to adulthood, for all the good it did you. Too weak to do any of the manual labour expected of a man, the most strenuous activities you did were helping out with cooking and sewing. Luckily, you also had a good head for maths and were literate, so you're not completely useless. But in such a remote farming village, nobody wants a weak husband who's only good for women's work in academia. With your health, going on this journey was a dangerous idea in the first place, even without the storm. But if anyone could have the resources to stop the plague sweeping through the village, it would be the lord of the land, wouldn't it? A squall of wind hit your chest, nearly making you double over in pain. It takes all your strength, all the strength you have to keep walking forward. With each movement, the storm intensifies, slowing your movement even further. I just want to... Can we do a second save slot? Yeah, we can. So we're just going to save here, so that way this page here is our male route, and then we'll do the last page as female, and that way we don't have to keep starting from the very, very beginning. But you will not give up. You can't, no matter what. You keep putting one foot in front of the other, trying to focus on the repetitive motion rather than the other terrible sensations around you. You raise one foot, move it forward, put it back down, then repeat with the other foot, and again, over and over again. You're so immersed, your foot gets stuck in the mud, you fall to the ground, vision goes completely dark. Okay. Will he comment on us being a man? Okay. Something is off when you next come to. You're not laid flat in the mud. You're on a bed, one much softer than the one you're used to. It is comfortable, and comfort is something you've known little of in your life. Feeling it now is simply strange. You are warm in the blanket swaddling you, but there is also something cool touching your hands. When you finally open your eyes, you see a man staring down at you, a desperately love-struck expression on his face. So he's still doing it, okay. Elizabetta, you're finally awake. I've been waiting for this day to come. It's me, your husband, Vasily. You blink once, twice, 3 times, hoping it would make sense. It does not. First of all, your name is Calamity. Doesn't matter the body. You must have me confused with someone else. My name is Calamity. Voice is scratchy. How can I be your Elizabetta when I'm not even a woman? The man smiles at you as if he anticipated your reaction. You're still calling me wife even though I'm a man. Okay. I am not surprised that you do not remember me. It has been so long. I think even the most devoted wife would lose a few details eventually. And gain some. But I know you very well. Your hair, your eyes, your skin. You are her spitting image in all the ways that matter, considering everything. Perhaps it is for the best that you are a man in this life. Ooh! Nice. Okay, so we're going to be nice. For my part, it doesn't particularly matter what you are or are not. It's just that you are you. This man seems to have left reality behind a long time ago. Play along. You believe I'm this Elizabetta's reincarnation? I do not believe. I know. You're very confident. I would not be able to stand this life if I were not. Excuse me. Perhaps... Oh god, I'm trying to give Vasily's voice to Calamity. Perhaps, but I've come to you about the village. Not about me. Vasily looks at you, confused. A village? The one I came from? You do have the title to the land surrounding this area, do you not? Well, yes, but now that you're here, you don't need to worry about that dreadful place anymore, do you? Suppose I don't. You think for a long moment about your home and what it truly gave you. 2 dead parents, town people who pitied you, despised you, or tried to take advantage of you. Body racked with pain, fatigue, blah blah blah. Clearly mad. If you die here, it's an interesting death. I have no love lost for the people there. But I also doubt it's a good idea to let a plague run rampant. A plague. Yeah. Many of the townspeople have succumbed to it. Do you know anything about it? I'm not sure. Do you believe the illness you have now is your village's plague? No. I've been ill my whole life. The plague that's been spreading, it starts with a rash on the neck, and I've never had that. I see. If it's something like a rash, then most likely it's being spread by pests, isn't it? Rats and the like. But on the neck, if people are being bitten by rats, wouldn't people be getting rashes all over? On their hands and arms and legs? I don't... I don't know. Suddenly Vasily raises his voice at you. Do I seem like an expert on rodents to you? Squeak, squeak, I really want to call him out on the rodents. No, because we're being nice this time. No, I can't say that you do. He's rather handsome. It would worsen his affections. And you do not know how well he would appreciate being complimented like that by a man. You look like, well, like nobility, I suppose. He smiles gently at you. Do I? I'm glad to hear that time hasn't weathered me too badly. When you live such a solitary existence, it's hard to know how other people see you. Vasily looks rather young, not much older than you. The way he talks makes it seem like he's much older. You suppose even the poorer end of nobility gets to age more gracefully than a peasant. Are you tired, dear? Huh? You felt fine, but now that you think about it, it's a struggle to keep your eyes open. Vasily moves a hand to tuck a lock of hair behind your ear. You don't have enough strength. I will return when you're ready. Sleep well. Okay. Do we dream? Do we dream? Do. Oh, dreamless sleep. This is the same. Are you feeling better now, my dear? Putting aside his unyielding affections for the moment, you take a full account of your own health. Wouldn't say strong, weak, blah 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 blah. Be polite, because we're trying to be nice. I really want to see what happens. I am, thank you. It was no trouble at all, Calamity. Your needs will always be tended to as long as you reside here. Barely know each other. Do I believe I can walk? This is the same as last time. Still a masculine thing. Oh, here you go. My butler here is quite skilled. He'll get you dressed as quickly as he does me, I'm sure. My own clothes might be a tad long on you, I'm afraid. But I won't let you go out in the rags you arrived in. Oh, this is sweet. Alright. You don't have anything else to do, so you might as well accept his offer. It might help to become more familiar with just where exactly you're being held. The manservant quickly removes your bedclothes. You suppose those are Vasily's too. They certainly aren't yours, and begins to dress you promptly. He's a very serious man, blah blah blah. Go on then, Vasily. What do you think of my new look? Hello, Calamity. Do you think you've regained enough strength to walk outside? I believe so, yes. It had taken a few moments for you to balance on your feet again. It must have been over a day, blah blah blah. Splendid. If you do feel weak, please tell me right away. Let me do a quick savey save. There we go. Just in case. Alright, thank him. Much appreciated. You're completely safe with me. Outside the door awaits. Let's go. Take me to the outside. That's the same. Not at all perfect for an outing. Illness prevents terrible rashes. Same as last time. Still the same as last time. Same as the last time. If. Yep. I dare say only the most powerful of beings could find a way to cheat death. He says nothing else for some time. It occurs to you, you could finally ask him something. So we're going to say nothing. See if he does a pickup. He's alone. Blah, blah, blah. My legs are feeling wobbly. No. Okay, so that's exactly the same. So that's on me. This is all the same. So it seems like if we deny the picking up, this is what happens. You know, it's just the same as last time. You know, we just sit on a bench. So he takes us back to the room. That's exactly the same. Do we? Yes, we do. Ha ha! You've never been on the grand adventures other people had experienced in their dreams, but you also never experienced the terrors that could follow you into your waking days. A vet trained you believed. Yet on this night, you have a dream. And as you watch it, you can't tell what it means. It's a figure, a person, a woman. Hello, wifey. She looks at us, and then we wake up. It's just a dream. Most people have dreams. It's normal. But you can't keep the unease away. Burning questions claw and scratch unceasingly. Why here? Why now? Also, circling back, I just want to say I'm loving the image that if we had chose to be picked up as a man, you know, apparently we were going to almost fit Vasily's clothes, you know, we're probably similar height. I just like the idea of being piggybacked. Just the visual makes me laugh. Okay, that's still the same. Hello, Vasily. Wait for him to address us. So he's got something in his coat. We sleep. How long have I been asleep? It's long enough. That's the same. This is the same as last time. Oh, we get the matey maid, just like last time. Thank you. Yep, this seems to be the same. Offer to read together, because we need him to like us, see what happens. Same thing as last time, agree. So I don't think there's too many differences. Yep. Something about the water. Nothing about the illness. Yep. We got distracted. Oh, we've never been like this before. So then we go to sleep. So we should have the woman again. Standing motionless in the darkness, she is clearer. You see the details of the outfit she wears. Atop her head sits a regal headdress in the style of an old sarafan. Such clothing, blah blah blah. You can see a birthmark on her neck, not a strand of hair. So she turns to look at us. Okay, Wake up in a cold sweat. Calamity. Seems almost radiant as he puts his book down and approaches. You slept well, I hope. Tell him about the dream. You explained to him how having any dream at all is unusual for you, and then how you had almost the same dream twice in a row. You described the woman in the dream, her regalia, her posture, her skin, the way she looked at you. As you tell the story, Vasily looks at you, stone-faced, his expression inscrutable. I see. You were very ill. So it should be little surprise that your mind is reacting strangely. He gives you what you suppose is to be a reassuring smile, though a smile in shape, its edges are taut and inorganic. Oh, hello! Like, his eyes glow and the smile's there. I think he's trying to hypnotize us. I promise that you have nothing to worry about. A bad dream is just that, a dream. Why, I don't even remember most of the dreams I've had. I think you will feel much better with a change of scenery. I can't go outside at the moment, but the sitting room should be pleasant enough while we wait for the cooks to finish up. Okay? Guide you through the sitting room. How long does it take to get the food? Vasya. We'll keep calling him Vasya. So it seems to be the same. As I'm asking about the paintings. There are so many paintings on the walls here. Which one is your favourite? Oh, if you were asking about the paintings in the entire castle, that is an easy question to answer. There's a beautiful portrait of Liza in one of the bedrooms. That's the one we're in. But as for the ones in this room specifically, Vasya stands up, pacing around the room, looking thoughtfully at each of the paintings in turn. End up following him to get a better look at each art piece. Ooh! We actually get to see them. There's a large variety of art on the walls. Portraits, landscapes, still lifes. His eyes settle on a garden scene. Okay. Oh, why don't we get to see him? I think it would have to be this one. It reminds me of happier times. At first you wonder why. Isn't it just a garden? But then you look more closely at the painting. It's in daylight! You realize that this isn't just a garden. It's the very same one you and Vasya walked through the other night. In the painting there is no graveyard. The bushes are even and covered with flowers. Just admiring it makes you feel a deep nostalgic sadness. Yes, you see it, don't you? I do. It's beautiful. Ooh! Oh man, I was hoping to look at more of them. It could be a beautiful garden one day. I just need help. Okay, so clearly we've got to come back for the painting option because I want to do this. I know I'm not experienced with a noble's responsibilities, but if I can help in any way, you needn't worry about that. I didn't have any experience at first either. I married above my station, so to speak. All you really need to do is be yourself. That would be the most helpful of all to me. Oh! Hello! Suddenly you fall unconscious. The dream returns, and so does the woman from it. Oh, we've got choir coming in. Sorry, I love whenever there's a choir because you know stuff's getting real. She's not looking away from you this time. She's facing you directly. She doesn't speak, but instead holds her hands out, fingers splayed. Strings of red, spider-like silk are attached to each end of her fingertips, leading out and connecting to you. You wake up and you know immediately that something is wrong. Dread coats every fiber of your being. It's because we've agreed to him again. Everything looks the same as it did before you lost consciousness, but you feel off. I am sure there will be no problem at all, Vasya. That's your voice. Your mouth and tongue are moving. but you didn't will yourself to speak. You tried to move an arm, a leg, anything, but your body won't budge, not for you, anyway. Vasha seems to notice the difference immediately. He is no longer effortlessly in control. He looks both happy and scared at the same time. Liza! You! Without your input, your arm is raised and you place a finger on Vasha's lips. Your sense of touch is not lost, and you can feel his soft lips gently give way underneath your touch. I'm Calamity now, remember? Of course. You could always tell that Vasha was powerful in some sort of strange way. That he's carrying and fear at her must mean you should be happy. You get to spend the rest of your life with him just like you wanted. The thought isn't your thought, but it enters your mind as naturally as if it were. You did want to spend more time with Vasha, but you never imagined anything like this. The look on his face makes one thing clear: he will not be helping you take back control of your body. He's too scared of crossing her, and yet enthralled by her presence all at once. Your new life begins as a bystander, puppeteer yet conscious. Okay, so this is the same as what happened last time. So I wonder, because that's just us agreeing and just letting her in. So what's going to happen if we disagree and don't do the other agreement on the paintings? Hang on. So, load. Thank him, because we've got to be good the whole time. Say nothing. Oh, we can get carried. Pick me up. When you decided to accept his offer, you weren't sure what would happen. Your thoughts, perhaps, that this was just the typical bravado of a nobleman, offering his offers he had no intention of following through on. But Vasily has shown himself to be very unexpected in so many ways. He easily lifts you up off the ground and into his arms. He's doing a princess carry, so easily, in fact, that you let out a squeak at the sudden sensation. You almost slip out of his grasp, but you're able to reach for his shoulders, blah blah blah. Same thing as last time. So we're gonna read, and then we get paintings. Hello, wifey. We are on possession 1. Wait to address. Come on, I need to invite you to read a book with me. Just so I can get to the paintings. Come on. Paintings. Offer to read together. Agree. This is gonna be the same. Oh no, he's cold and he's eerie. He's definitely not a vampire. Blah 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 blah. Tell him about the dream. Blah 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 blah. Agree. Now we need to say paintings, and we're almost there. Paintings! I want to know about them. I hope you find it one day. It must be difficult to handle a property this large, nearly alone. Hopefully you can get some help. Yes, hopefully. Ah, speaking of help, I think breakfast should be done by now. I can hear one of the maids coming over here. Can he? You don't hear anything, but true to his word, soon after a maid comes through the door and announces that breakfast is ready. Like the other servants you've encountered, her features seem difficult to pin down. You can't recall a single distinguishing characteristic, both physical and emotional, of any of them. Okay, so we're back in here. Let us eat the meal. You'll get your own sustenance eventually. Perhaps you yourself are no longer in your right mind, because while you ought to want to leave, it is the furthest thing from your thoughts right now. You want to get even closer to him, so that one will just get us possessed again. So stay exactly like this. This whole place is cursed. Yep, so he's just sites. This is the same as last time. Yeah. So you've heard, but you must never leave me. I won't, I'm not ready. Okay, so that seems like just what happened last time. So I don't think there's going to be many more big differences. So I think we're going to play female, and I want to type in the wife's name and see what happens if we call ourselves her name. Sorry, I was enjoying the music there. I need the soundtrack. Let's go, female. But even a village like you were from, even a sickly orphan girl is meant to pull her weight. You cooked, you cleaned, you managed the household of a family who took you in after your parents' deaths. This alone took up much of your energy. How could you ever manage to be a mother on top of it? So far, you had turned down every man who had asked for your hand in marriage, but you didn't know how long that would last. It wouldn't matter to those husbands whether or not you could survive carrying a child. With your health, going on this journey was a dangerous idea, blah blah blah. So this should be the same. Come on. It's a nice comfortable bed. You do not. First of all, your name is. Let's see what happens if we type her name. Elizaveta. You may be a Elizaveta, but you're definitely not his Elizaveta. Don't talk to me like that when we've never even met. I'm sure you must be disappointed, looking for one woman and ending up with another. Let me just save. So that way we can do playing into him and playing and not playing. But I know you very well. Your hair, your eyes, your skin, spitting image in all the ways. If you weren't so ill, you would practically be her doppelganger. This man seems to have left reality long ago, so we'll play along for now. You believe I'm her reincarnation. Very confident. Village. Suppose I don't. Townspeople pity despised. Plague. No, I've been ill my whole life. Yes, you are, but no. Blah, blah, blah. Let us sleep. Ooh! So we immediately get her because on the previous days we just didn't dream. Okay. Wearing a dress. Looks ready, and then you wake up. Okay. So let's do this quickly. Answer politely. Your needs will always be Oh, it gets a maid because we said we're female. She looks down, giving you a quick curtsy. I assumed you would be much more comfortable being dressed by a maid rather than myself. Yes, agreed. Thank you very much. Luckily, Elizabetta's dresses should fit you well. Alright. And begins to dress you in one of Elizabetta's old dresses. You had expected some kind of grand garment, but instead the dress is rather plain and entirely black in colour. The maid assures you that it was part of Elizabetta's regular wardrobe, not a morning dress, but otherwise deflects nearly every question you ask of her. Although now, in intimately close proximity to you, her face seems even less defined. We're in a new outfit, let's go! Thank him. Because I think it's going to be much the same. I just wonder, you know, with how we were like, oh, but we are one, but we're not her. I want to see if the grave changes as well. No, this should be the same. Why don't you take me to the grave? Yep, that's fine. Still the same. So this here would have been what the painting was of the grassy area. If so, this is all the same. Say nothing. If you insist, take us away. Seems very much the same. What happens in the dream? Oh. Time for... Wait for him to address you. So let's do the reading of the book. All the same. Offer to read together. All the same. Agree. He lets out a chuckle because we've come across with a bad idea. Same thing as last time. We dream again. Come on. Oh! That night the woman did not return. You could not recall sleeping at all and woke up feeling just as tired as before. Despite the respite, you could not help but feel uneasy after the last vivid encounter. Was this just a temporary lull? Like yesterday, he's waiting for you. Like an eager cat. Elizabetta! He seems almost radiant as he puts his book down and approaches. You slept well. I tell him the truth about the dream. About the same dress as the one we wear. Your mind is reacting strangely. You must have liked that dress if it appeared in your dream. You can keep it if you wish. It truly looks beautiful on you. I think you will feel much better in a change of scenery. Let's go do the thingamabobs. Okay. Agreed to call him the nickname. Say nothing, ask about the paintings. Ask about the paintings again. Just so we can see what, so we can just get to the possession a bit quicker. It's beautiful. How can I help you? There it is. The dream returns and so does the woman from it. She faces you directly. You... this is the same as last time. You, without noticing, blah blah blah. Okay. There we go. I don't know how different some of the other options would be, but my throat's starting to get quite sore. So I think we have explored almost everything there is to explore, or at least what I'm willing to explore without just kind of constantly being sat silently clicking across going this is the same as last time, which is what a lot of this has been. But we've seen, you know, some tweaks with being a male, some tweaks being a female, and then non-binary. And I really enjoyed Death is Sunhaired. I enjoyed the options, I enjoyed the art and the music in particular. I just want to say I'm grateful for everyone who's decided to follow along. I'm not quite sure what the next game will be. I have a few different options that I'm considering, but I guess we're waiting to find out. Thank you very much for coming along with me on this, and until next time, dearest visitor, farewell.